Amanda here from Barefoot Healing, your earthing specialist. Well, one of the biggest questions I often get asked is, how can I ground my everyday walking shoes? And, in an ideal world, we'd love to all walk around barefoot, but that just doesn't happen. And a lot of us are in our shoes, all day and all night. And one of the biggest culprits of disconnecting us from the healing energies of the earth is the humble shoe. And the reason why is because most shoes now have a synthetic layer that is not conductive and does not allow electrons to flow through, and actually just acts as a blocker between the earth and our body. One of the big problems when we do block these electrons is that it allows our body then to build up lots of inflammation. And, inflammation can be very damaging to the body and can go on to cause, autoimmune diseases, disrupt our sleep, cause pain in the body. So really and truly, we need to be barefoot as much as the time, but it is difficult. However, we now have come up with a great new product from an Aussie inventor, and these are the very brand new little Erthe straps that go on our everyday shoes. So trying these out at the moment and introducing them to you. So you can now turn an everyday pair of shoes into grounding shoes. How good's that? So every time you go for a walk out, your morning walk, or you're jogging, or taking the dog for a walk, playing sports, or just enjoying the great outdoors we have here in Australia, your shoe can be grounded, you can be grounded, and therefore you're receiving these healing energies of the earth in the form of electrons, and you're also dissipating electricity. So you're keeping your body in a nice balanced state while you're outside and while you're wearing your shoes. You can also team them up, with a pair of working shoes with your universal mat if you want to wear, use your grounding shoes in an office situation. So you don't have to give up your favorite shoes to have grounded shoes. And I'm going to do a few little experiments to see how they go. Okay, so I actually have my jogger shoe. It gets quite used every day. I usually go for a morning walk. So I'm going to love to try this on those shoes. And these little straps, as I mentioned before, they're actually Australian made, which is absolutely brilliant. The first thing it says to do is to clean the shoe where you're going to put this strip. So basically the little tab's going to go on the bottom, and this is going to come around here and slip into the shoe. Now in my case it's a little bit big because I only take a size 6 shoe. So I'm going to actually put it at the back here and bring it around the back and slip it in the shoe that way. So what you have to do first is you have to clean the area where you're going to stick this little strap on. So I'm going to do that now. Okay, it's probably a good idea to give your shoes a good clean first, and then you will get supplied a little cleaning cloth with your Erthe strap, and you need to clean the area where you're going to put the strap. So I've already worked that out, so I'm cleaning that area now, and that's so the adhesive sticks to it quite well. Now you need to play around with the strap first before you stick it down, and just work out where you're going to actually put it on the sole of the shoe. There's obviously better places than others, and try not to put it in a place where your shoe wears down quickly. And then once you've found that spot, slowly peel that backing tape off. Now it is quite sticky, so you only pull a little bit off at a time, and it's that smaller little tab that goes on the sole. So push that down. You need to hold that for about 2 minutes firmly down, just so it adheres quite quickly. And then you slowly start pulling the backing tape off the strip and sort of pushing it into any little crevices, curves on the shoe, so there's no slack, because you don't want any slack there. And you'll bring that up the side of the shoe or the back of the shoe, whichever way you've decided to go, and then you just push it into the inside of the shoe and keep following that direction that you're going. There'll be one little last tab to pull off at the end, so you don't get yourself in a sticky tape mess. And then once that is on, the shoe has been fitted and you're ready to go. I'm now going to do a little test with our universal earthing mat, which is connected back to the earth via this plug with the earth pin, and it's conductive. So I'm going to test it with our product tester here, and a green light will come on telling me that I'm earthed. So at the moment I'm just standing on a wooden floor, and I'm going to press here, and you can see there's no green light. Now I'm going to walk onto my universal mat, and you can see the green light has come on. Off the mat, on the mat. Now, to allow your feet to be conductive in shoes, you do have to build up a little bit of perspiration. So I've been in these shoes now for about 20 minutes, and that's allowed the perspiration to build up and allow the electron transfer. Now I've just come outside and I want to test this on the earth. So I've got my product tester plugged into a ground rod, and I've got my shoes here on the ground. They've got the Erthe Strap on the back there. I'm on the ground. I've got my product tester, and you can see the green lights coming on. Great, I'm going to go for a walk. Okay, just a few little tips because I've been trying this for a couple of weeks now. So my first tip would be try and wear socks that are as thin as possible for the conductivity to come through from the ground to your foot quite quicker. I found that these sort of socks with the thicker heel insert could have a bit of nylon in them or padding, and these sort of socks took a lot longer for the conductivity to flow through. It did come through, but if you're just going for a quick walk, say 10-15 minutes, you'd be better off with no socks on or very thin socks. Also, if you want quick conductivity through your shoe, our earthing socks, just worn as a sock, actually have silver in them, and that makes very quick conductivity to come through from the shoe to your foot. My second tip would be make sure that when you're actually adhering the strap to the bottom of the shoe, that you put it on a bit, be very conscious that you're putting it on a bit that is going to make contact with the earth. Because if you look at this shoe, like I want to sort of put a strap on my Skechers here because they're very comfy, and if I look at this black bit, it's sort of indented in a bit, and even in the middle here, there's sort of like it goes in, so that wouldn't actually even touch the earth. So even though there's only a little bit, there's a white bit here, I'd be more inclined to put the strap here on this white bit, because this bit is what's going to be making contact with the earth first. So that's what you just got to be a little bit careful of when you're adhering your strap. Now the distributor has informed us that these straps should last around 6 months, just depending upon how hard you hit the pavement. And, for some people that'll be more, that'll be less. And, all you have to do to replace them is pull the old strap off and then put a new strap on to take its place. So I hope you've enjoyed this update on a brand new product. And until our next one, this is Linda signing off, and thanks for watching.